Day 11. I woke up at 3 a.m., starving. I almost opened the fridge. Here is what happened next. I will give you the thought right now, because it might save you too. 10 minutes of relief can cost 10 days of regret. I am going to be honest with you. I was standing in my kitchen half awake, hand on the fridge handle, and the only thing between me and the food inside was one sentence. In a minute, I will show you exactly why that sentence works, and I will give you a simple 3 a.m. protocol you can copy tonight. But first, you need to understand something about day 11 that most people do not talk about. Days 1 through 5 are hard, but exciting. You feel like you are doing something. Days 6 through 8 feel smoother. You hit a rhythm. You think, hey, I have got this. But day 9, day 10, day 11 are the danger zone. That is where most people quit. And I almost did too. If you have ever had a late night moment like this, comment 3 a.m. below, so I know I am not the only one. Let me back up and give you the honest picture of what the last 11 days have actually looked like, because the internet usually shows the highlight reel. People post the energy and the wins. They do not post the 3 a.m. kitchen moments, the irritability, or the emotional waves that show up out of nowhere. So here is the truth. Days 1 through 3 were rough. My stomach was loud by hour 14 almost every day. I lived on black coffee. I felt fogged. I was more irritable than usual, and I took it out on my partner over something small. They asked me what I wanted for dinner, and I responded in a way that was completely out of proportion. By day 4, something shifted. The hunger came in waves instead of staying all day. My mornings felt cleaner and calmer. Days 5 through 8 were good enough that I started believing my own story. I felt focused. My hunger felt manageable. I thought I had cracked the code. I was wrong. Day 9 is when it got weird. Physically, I felt okay. But emotionally, I felt heavy. Quietly heavy. Like my brain was asking for comfort, not calories. Here is the part most people miss. When you hit this zone, your biggest threat is not hunger. Your biggest threat is autopilot. And that brings us back to day 11. I woke up at 3 a.m. with that unmistakable pull. Not a cute craving. A loud, urgent, fix this feeling. I got out of bed without really deciding to. I walked to the kitchen. I opened the fridge. The light came on. Leftovers. Cheese. Soup. Instant relief, sitting right there. My hand reached forward. And then I stopped. Not because I am disciplined. Not because I am strong. Let me be very clear about that. I stopped because I had one sentence ready. If you eat now, you will feel better for 10 minutes, and then you will feel worse for 10 days. That sentence did two things. It slowed me down, and it reminded me of the trade. Because I had broken fasts before on impulse, and every time the relief lasted only a moment. Then came discomfort, regret, and the feeling of starting over. The voice in my head saying, "You made a choice you did not feel good about." So I closed the fridge. I went back to bed. I lay there while my stomach complained. And then the wave did what waves do. It passed. The next morning, the intensity was gone. It did not feel like a victory speech. It felt like a reset. That is when I realized the 3 a.m. moment is not the whole story. It is a wave. If you can stop feeding it, it can fade. Now, quick safety note before I give you the practical protocol. This is a personal diary, not medical advice. If you have a health condition, a history with disordered eating, or you feel genuinely unwell, talk to a qualified professional and do not force yourself through something that feels unsafe. With that said, if your 3 a.m. pull is comfort-driven, not a true emergency, here is the exact protocol I use. This is what makes this story useful, not just entertaining. I call it the P.A.U.S.E. protocol. P. Pause for 10 minutes. Do not negotiate with the fridge. Just delay the decision. 10 minutes is enough to break autopilot. A. Add water. Drink a full glass of water. Warm or cold does not matter. The point is interruption. You. Unclench your body. Do 10 slow breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. You are telling your system, we are safe. This is the part most people skip, and it is the part that works. S. Shift location. Do not stand in the kitchen. Sit on the couch, go back to bed, or walk into another room. If you stay in front of food, your brain will keep bargaining. E. End with a script. Use one sentence you decided earlier. Mine is 10 minutes versus 10 days. Yours can be, I can eat later, I do not need to eat now, or I do not make big decisions at 3 a.m. Pick one. Write it down. Repeat it the same way every time. Here is the key rule. You are not trying to be a hero. You are trying to avoid an impulsive decision. At 3 a.m., your brain does not want a debate. It wants a routine. A routine is easier than willpower. A routine is repeatable. Repeatable is how people actually win. If you want to make this even easier, do this one setup step today. Put a sticky note on your fridge that says, P.A.U.S.E. First. That is not cheesy. That is engineering. So what did day 11 teach me? Lesson 1. The hardest part is not the start. It is the middle, when the novelty dies and comfort starts calling. Lesson 2. Hunger is not always an emergency. Sometimes it is habit. Sometimes it is emotion. Sometimes it is your brain asking for relief. Lesson 3. One sentence beats raw willpower. Because at 3 a.m., willpower is unreliable. A prepared script is not. If you want to commit to the routine, comment pause below. That comment is not for me. That is you choosing the plan. And if you have already survived your own 3 a.m. moment, comment, I survived. Let us build proof that the wave passes. Before I go, here is the quick summary. Do this tonight. Pause 10 minutes, drink water, slow your breathing, leave the kitchen, and repeat your one sentence. Avoid this tonight. Do not stand in the kitchen and argue with yourself. That is where you lose. If you only remember one thing, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is a better decision than the impulsive one. If this diary is helping you, subscribe, because I am documenting the real moments, not the highlight reel. And share it with someone who is close to quitting. Sometimes, the difference is knowing you are not alone.